Hi, I'm Kaylee, and I have been reading Explorer Academy. In case you didn't know, Books from K's is a charity that donates books to missionary kids. If you want to donate to the kids, you can do so at GoFundMe.com. There's a link down in the description, there's a button at the end of this video, and a link right up here where you click to donate to the kids. And don't forget to click on that subscribe button and on the little bell so you can be notified every time that I post a new video. The fantastic people at National Geographic sent me 2 books from their new Explorer Academy fictional series, and they sent me these for free in exchange for a free and honest review. The first book in the Explorer Academy series is The Nebula Secret. Cruz Coronado has been accepted into the elite Explorer Academy, which only accepts 25 students per year. In the midst of his classes on geology and anthropology, science, geography, history, and conservation, Cruz also has training sessions and a virtual reality program designed to prepare the students for real-life exploring all over the world. But then Cruz starts to receive threats from an unknown enemy, and he discovers a mystery in the school. His mother died working in the top secret labs at the Explorer Academy, and Cruz is determined to find out what really happened to her. I loved this book so much. The adventure, the mystery, the engaging characters, and of course the impressive setting at the Academy. I just love it all. But the best thing of all are the puzzles and the codes, because I love puzzles and secret codes. The plot is full of twists and turns, and you just never know what's going to happen next. There's so much history and depth as Cruz discovers the murky past of the Academy. And his mother's mysterious death provides a more serious counterpoint to all the student shenanigans and the fun training stuff. I was really pleased with the futuristic tech at the Academy. From the virtual simulations to Cruz's tiny little bumblebee robot. It is also fascinating. I love the fancy technology, and it creates a really interesting setting for the story. Cruz himself is such a relatable character. He has this drive and energy that propels him into adventure. And he has a very high sense of truth and honor that really becomes the foundation for a lot of his friendships with other characters. Not just his friends, but like his teachers and his family as well. I felt like I was just racing along with him through every scene, puzzling through the mystery with him, and going through all the emotional ups and downs of his experiences right by his side. I cheered when he won, and I clenched my fists when he was in danger. And I even cried a little with him when he mourned his mother's death. All the supporting characters are really memorable and just refreshing. Cruz makes some friends among the students and some frenemies too. I loved seeing the friends build this trust and rapport with one another. And then they all get annoyed at the frenemy characters. You know, the students are kind of just trying to make trouble. Another thing I really loved was seeing Cruz interacting with his teachers, because I'm a teacher and I just loved the whole classroom dynamic at the Academy. I appreciated the fictional students' enthusiasm for learning, and I loved actually learning some real facts and some real things in history and real cultural things along the way. His close relationship with his father and his aunt are really the root of Cruz's character. I really love the depth of those family ties and how we see them support and care for one another as they go through a bunch of adventure. I would recommend this book for readers aged 8 to 80. I think anybody at any age would just enjoy this so much. I gave this first book in the series 5 stars. And I love that first book so much that I immediately contacted National Geographic and said, please send me the second one. The second book in the series is The Falcon's Feather, and it is just as good as the first one. This second book just came out in March, and I was so glad to get my hands on it. Cruz and his friends are searching for clues left behind by his mother on a quest that will take them to Norway and Iceland. The team stops along the way to do some underwater diving, to help some whales that are in trouble, and tour the beauties of Norway and learn about Icelandic culture. And all of this is between their academy classes and their explorer training. While they're on the Academy's flagship, the Orion, Cruz and his best friend Emmett discovered that there are spies on board. And of course, they don't know who to trust. When Cruz's diving equipment fails and puts his life in danger, it only makes him more determined than ever to find some answers. I did not think that it was possible for the second book in a series to be even better than the first one, but this one was. I am so crazy impressed with this series. I cannot even stand it. The plot is just nonstop action with tons of wonderful adventure and mystery and puzzles and spies and secret codes, because you know I love the puzzles and the codes. There is betrayal and mystery and all the high-tech gadgets that I like. And of course, the absolutely lovable and fascinating characters. And once again, I loved reading all the true facts about history and culture and conservationism and wildlife and Nordic culture, and all of it perfectly interwoven with the story. There's this one scene about saving these whales in trouble, and it was so touching and beautiful, and I started crying in public while I was reading it because it was just so fantastic. Don't worry, the whales are okay. Everybody got saved and everybody's good, but it was just, oh, so beautiful. Once again, I really love the dynamic between Cruz and his friends, his teachers, his family. Every character is memorable and interesting. Cruz especially is just so relatable and charismatic. And once again, I was cheering for him in every chapter. I connected with so many of the characters on an emotional level. And a lot of the new characters in this book have this really suspenseful question mark hanging over their heads. Can we trust them? We know there are spies on board the ship. It just raised so much suspense, wondering, who is a spy for the enemy? And as you're reading through, it lent a lot of significance to every little thing, because anything could be a clue. So every little thing that happens, it just raises another question mark. Is this guy the spy? The beautiful Nordic landscapes, both in Norway and Iceland, were truly incredible to read about and sent me searching for photos on the internet. Curious to learn even more about these rich cultures. The writing is excellent all the way through. It really draws you into the story. I could barely put this one down, and I read it in 2 days. I just can't wait to read more from this series. I gave this one 5 stars and the first one 5 stars. Just so good. So if you're curious and you want to learn more about Explorer Academy, you can go online to exploreracademy.com or even to the NATGEOKIDS.com website and find out more about the characters and the plots, and there's all kinds of interesting extra articles that kind of explain more about the culture of the places that they visit and more about all the fancy schmancy gadgets that they have in the books. One of the things that I love about both of these books is the gorgeous end papers, so beautiful. And sometimes there are just these little snippets of an illustration in the corner, or sometimes a full illustration. And there are maps at the beginning of each chapter to show where the characters are. In the Falcon's Feather, they also have beautiful end papers and really interesting illustrations. A lot of the time, though, they use actual photographs and then they put the cartoony, more illustrated character on top of that photograph. And in the back of the book, they have little bios for some of the actual real-life scientists that have done some of this exploring. But possibly my favorite illustration in either of them is the tiny little robot bumblebee. I think this is my favorite. It's just so cute. I want a robot bumblebee. Why can't I have a robot bumblebee? And now we finally come to the giveaway. I fell so crazy in love with these books that I contacted NatGeo and asked them, would you host a giveaway? Would you help me do a giveaway on my channel? And they were like, yes. So for this giveaway, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 prizes. The grand prize will include both the Falcon's Feather and the Nebula Secret, books 1 and 2 of the Explorer Academy, and a tote bag, an Explorer Academy tote bag. So this will be your grand prize. And the second and third prizes will be just this first book of the series, The Nebula Secret. In order to be eligible for this giveaway, you do have to be a subscriber or follower here. And you have to be either 18 years old, or if you're younger, then you have to have your parents' permission, because you will have to provide an address so that we can send you your prize. This giveaway is open internationally, and it will be open for 2 weeks. All you have to do is follow the link down below to the Rafflecopter giveaway. And at the end of 2 weeks, 3 winners will be randomly chosen. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.